and we will not let our hearts forget the most important thing is love, 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 love. It's all about love, 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 love. Everything else comes down to this, nothing any higher on the list than love.
Hi everybody, welcome to week 6 of Vylah's life. Say I'm 6 weeks old today. Well, Tuesday. Sorry. Y'all wanna see her? Alright. You wanna say hey to the people? Say hey to the people. This is Vylah. You see how big she is now. Look at that boop, 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 boop. That big old belly. She just ate, so she's going to be very, very quiet during this vlog. She's very, and I have a backup just in case she starts whining, because sometimes she likes to talk off a little bit. So Vylah turned 6 weeks old on Tuesday. I think that was the 8th of September, and so far at her last doctor's visit, Vylah was 8 pounds 3 ounces. Right, looky. Yeah, she's 8 pounds 3 ounces. I'm pretty sure by the time her next visit is in 2 weeks on the 29th, and that's when she gets her shots. Mommy's scared. I'm really nervous about it because it's just so many. And so her next visit is on the 29th, and she gets her shots. So yeah. As you can see, Vylah has her hand mittens on because she scratches her face. I have the other day, yesterday, I was able to cut down her nails. Her nails were long enough for me to feel comfortable enough to actually cut them off. So, but I still put the gloves on her because little Miss Vylah has a very, I guess you can say I'll say defiant or very angry. When she gets all worked up, she pulls her hair. She reaches back and she just grabs her hair and she pulls, and mommy don't like that. So she's clink, locked down, mittens, and so she scratched her face on the side a little bit, and so I had to, you know, be proactive in putting her gloves on and keeping her gloves on. So Vylah is she's still wearing her sizes range, because as you all know, most clothing companies, they may say one thing, but some clothes fit her and some clothes don't. The biggest outfit that she fit is a 6-month outfit, but it's like really baggy on her, but it fits, you know. But she still can wear, like, this is a newborn onesie. It's kind of tight, but it's brand spanking new. And so she got to wear it at least one time before, you know, I just completely stop putting her in, because she's getting big. As you can see, look at her little feet. And so yeah, her hair is long as ever. Full, not long, but she has a full head of hair, and she's a good baby for the most part. Vylah is sleeping during the day. Well, let me tell you what her sleeping patterns is during the day. During the day, Vylah sleeps in 4-hour increments. Every 4 hours, she wakes up, I change her, and I feed her, and she goes back down for another 4 hours. Now, at nighttime, for whatever reason, she has been waking up at 2:57 a.m. I change her, and I feed her like I normally do, and she refuses to go back to sleep. So Vern and I, that's my husband, have officially decided that we wanted to start sleep training. And I know a lot of people don't like sleep training and the cry it out method. Well, I have been doing it in the morning times, because when I drop my husband off, when we have to go to the doctor and I take the car for the day, my husband has to be to work at 6:30 a.m. So when I come back home, I, make sure she's dry and I feed her. She refuses to go back to sleep. And she's clearly exhausted, just tired. And so what I was doing, I put her in her crib, put her down, and she would cry for exactly 5 minutes and just completely pass out. And so I was like, let's see if we can try this at nighttime. So she once again woke up at 2:57 a.m. I fed her, changed her, she was all good. She drank a full bottle, and she would not go to sleep. And so I, patted her on the back. We stayed up literally for like 2 hours, and her eyeballs was wide open. She was looking at me, and I was looking at her, and I was like, look, you got to go to sleep, boo. And so I picked her up, put her in her crib. She cried for 5 minutes, and she went to sleep. And I was like, okay. So I don't know if she's starting to get used to that, but let me tell you, last night we tried to do the same thing. It was getting late. We changed her, fed her. She looked like she was going to sleep, looked like she was sleepy. So put her in the bed. Vylah was not having it. Not having it. After a while, I just ended up having to, after she cried for a while, God bless you, God bless you. After she cried for a while, I was just like, okay, fine. I picked her up, rocked her for like 10 minutes, and she went to sleep. So I was like, Mommy and Daddy 0, Vylah 1. She won that round that time. But, so last night, Vylah went to bed. She finally drifted off to sleep. I rocked her to sleep. She went to sleep at 10:45. Vylah was sleeping from 10:45, and she woke up at 4 a.m. Ain't that? Oh man, that was so good. I was just like, even though I was tired as hell, but still, the fact that she slept literally all night, kind of, sort of, because my husband gets up at 5 a.m. to go to work. So that's just, so that's pretty good. And so she slept until, so I fed her, and I let her, since it was like after 4 a.m., it was like no point in putting her back in her bed, because I had set the alarm for 5:15 because I wanted to my husband to take out the trash and do some stuff before he left for work. And and I was taking the car for the day because we're going grocery shopping. So anyway, when I before I left, I fixed her a bottle, and while we were on the road, she was fussy and whiny, so she drank half the bottle and completely passed out. When we got back home, I put homegirl. Oh, what is it? What is it? You're not gonna cry. Oh no, Mamacita. What is it? What is it? You wanna look at Mommy? Okay. She like to look in your face. Hi, Pookie, looky, 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 look. Anyways, so when I got home, I put her in her crib, and she woke up. It was like probably 6:40, I'll say. Well, I'll say 6:35, because he went to work a little early, and she woke up at 10 o'clock. So it's pretty good. I got a chance to catch up on some sleep. Now let me tell you something. I was one of those people that when I first had her, a lot of people kept saying, sleep when the baby sleeps, sleep when the baby sleeps. And I would find all this stuff to do and be just completely broke down, run down, jacked up, and just tired. I have since gotten a little bit more brighter because you live and you learn, you know? And I've learned to sleep when Vylah sleeps. Now, I may not sleep the whole 4.5 hours she sleeps, but I do get a good, nap in when she's sleeping. Or whatever it is that I have to do, I'll try to pack it into 1 hour, knock out whatever I have to do for an hour, and then head off to sleep. Whether it's cleaning the house, washing some stuff, her stuff off in the sink and hanging it up for the drip dry, whatever it is that I have to do, I try to knock it in the first hour of her sleep, and then I lay my behind down. Because let me tell you, I'm no good running on fumes. And so she has been a lot better. Vylah now drinks a little over 5 ounces, maybe more. Sometimes she cries for more, and I give her a little bit. She'll drink like maybe 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces more, so that's probably like almost 6 ounces, and she'll pass out. Some feeding, she's hungrier than most. A lot of when she's a lot of times when she sleeps for long stretches, like sometimes she'll sleep longer than 4 hours. When she wakes up, she is starving, and so sometimes she'll drink a little bit more than she usually drinks. Say, excuse me, mommy. That was a good one. Let me pick up your neck. And you see how she is? She cries for more. So I don't know if she's going through a growth spurt, because sometimes she sleeps for long stretches and then wakes up and drinks a lot of a full bottle. But I don't deny her, because we don't put cereal in her bottle anymore, because she's just not ready for it. And after being pooped on multiple times, I just said, you know what, forget it. We'll wait the 2 more months that she was supposed to wait, till she's 4 months old, and then introduce, the cereal again. But for right now, we're just giving her straight formula. Now, before, Vylah was drinking a milk called Progestamil. That was the milk that she had in the NICU. But for whatever reason, she was having a lot of gas. It wasn't really agreeing with her. She was having a lot of loose stools, so her doctor put her on Nutrimin. This is what it looks like, Nutrimin. And it's a hypoallergenic infant powder formula with iron. It's for cow's milk allergy, and it has probiotics to help support digestive health. It has it's a fast management of colic, because let me tell you, if I let her, which I don't very often, Vylah can holler and scream. I mean, the longest she's ever cried was like 45 minutes. And I was like, you know what, that's it. And she gets just so worked up. I don't like that. That's enough, you. And sometimes I have to cut her off, because she just drank a full bottle. She drank a full bottle, and now, and I fill it way to the top, way to the rim. And she just drank 2 more ounces. So that's like almost 8. So no more. I'm like the bar. I'm closed. You've had enough. Because if I let her continue to keep eating, she'll, because she doesn't know her own limitations. Now, I'll top her off a little bit, but when I see her belly protruding, you're done. I'm gonna make sure you're done. And she just burped, so I'm pretty sure she should be on her way to Sleepy Town. But yeah, we're starting the sleep training, and we're really and I'm trying to be consistent because my husband does not like to hear her cry, and so he be ready to go get her, and I'm like, you see, and you be the first one to tell somebody they spoiling somebody, you know. And so I know a lot of people don't agree with it, but you do what you want to do with your children, and I'll do what I want to do with my kids. So because it was just getting to the point where she was exhausted, and just fighting her sleep. Don't want to sleep for nothing, you know. And I guess when I put her in the bed and she cried for like 5 minutes and then just passed out, just from pure exhaustion, just standing up, looking in my face, it's like, go to sleep, you know. But so that's why I made the executive decision to start sleep training her, because she just, you know, the rocking doesn't help, you know, nothing helps. She just would fight her sleep. And so putting her down and letting her, you know, self-soothe is something that, you know, I'm really all for. So hopefully by age 6 to 8 months, she should be either sleeping through the night or going down without incident. So I have been interacting with some other mothers. I have a friend of mine who has an 8-week-old. She came to my shower. She was the last girl. She was the last person. She was so late. She was the last person to come, and she was like 9 months pregnant at my shower. And her son is 8 weeks old. And we went to hang out. We had, I guess, her first play date, but they didn't really play. They just eat and sleep and poop and looked at each other. And so we talked, and it was just so refreshing to get out of the house and to talk to somebody that, you know, because a lot of the things that she's going through now with her son, you know, I haven't experienced yet. So she gives me the heads up, and it's just so refreshing to talk to other, you know, talk to another mother, you know, who's brand new just like me. It's her first baby, you know, but, you know, there's certain things that her son is doing that Vylah is starting to do or hasn't really done yet, and I just need like a little heads up, and, you know, just to have, you know, just to have somewhere to go, because, you know, we don't really go too many places, you know, because she hasn't had her shots yet. And so yeah, it was kind of cool. It was really, really cool. We stayed there all day till my husband got off work. I didn't really, you know, realize I was going to stay that late, but it was just cool to hang out with somebody. And even though I was dog tired and sleepy, and so was she, we just enjoyed each other's company. You know, talking to another adult when you're with a baby all day long and making googly eyes and, you know, talking baby talk. You want to talk to somebody, you know, grown. And so it was cool. I think that's it with Miss Vylah. Oh yeah, last thing, Vylah got baby acne. Messed up a little pretty face. I mean, the face still pretty, but it's starting to heal. She got the little bumps, and most of the bumps are gone now. They're like, you know how when they dried out and they're healing, so that's what her face looks like. I moisturized her face with a little Vaseline. But if anybody has any tips on how to keep her face moisturized, because it's so dry now that the pimples are starting to heal up and dry out, because, you know, they had like the baby acne, like pus bumps, like pimples. That's what she had on her face. And so now most of the pimples are gone. She has a few on her forehead, but for the most part, you gotta hold this child good, because she'll fly right out of your hand. They're drying out. So let me tell you something about Vylah. Vylah is a pro at tummy time. Now, we don't do officially tummy time because we just don't, because she sleep all day and she has that schedule. But when she does wake up off of her nap, I put Vylah in the crib on her belly in the middle of the crib. When I come back, Vylah is in the corner on the other side of the crib, because her crib is really large. She's on the other side of the crib. I'm just like, how did you get all the way over there? Vylah takes her 2 arms and props herself up and scoots. And I'm just like, you, baby, you ain't supposed to be doing that now. I'm just like, oh my goodness, my child is going to crawl really fast. Because she can lift her whole upper body up. Which is why I was right when I said I made a decision to let her sleep, allow her to sleep on her belly. Because she's had a few incidences where she has spit up and thrown up. And she was able to lift herself up and roll to the, I don't know how she did that. But when I came, she was on her side. And I was just like, now if she was on her back, she would have choked. Genius. And that's the person who was just like, you know, it's dangerous to put her on her stomach. Like, have a baby and you do what you want to do. Like, I know my child, the kid has her full upper body. She knows how to lift herself up. And the way she cries is like, I can hear it when she, you know, I still got those bionic ears. So I have those mommy ears, so I hear everything. She not breathing right, she's hacking or whatever she's doing, I'm running, you know. And so yeah, so I was able to hear her and clean her up, but it doesn't happen often. What I do now to try to avoid any of the spit ups and stuff is usually when she eats, she goes straight to sleep. And so what I would do is I'll take between 10 and 15 minutes and pat her on the back while she's sleeping to get any excess gas or whatever that is still lingering along, you know. So when I put her down, everything is fully, properly digested and won't have the, you know, that spitting up thing. So, see, right now she's fighting her sleep. She knows she's supposed to be going back to sleep. She's fighting her sleep, which is cool because I'm doing a video. So, but yeah, that's it from Miss Vylah. Vylah, don't play no games, honey. She don't play no games, right, Boogie Looks? Say yes, mommy. I mean business, right? Say I mean business. When I wake up from my nap, I want my bottle right now. She got a booger in her nose, and I want to take it out. But if I take it out, she's going to start screaming. So you can keep it for now. But yeah, Vylah has a love-hate relationship with her binky, with her pacifier. Sometimes she wants it. Sometimes she does not want it, you know, but she wants it when it counts, you know, which is good because she's not attached to it. But, you know, for sometimes when, you know, she just wants, she knows when she wants it, and when she wants it, I give it to her, and when she don't want it, I just say, okay, but I just make sure it's in arm's length. So that's it for little Miss Vylah. Well, one last thing, I guess I could say, my neighbor, my next door neighbor keeps every time she goes to the store, she keeps bringing me newborn, like a case of newborn Pampers, and I don't even know how to tell her, like, listen, stop bringing this, because I was on the last case of newborn. I had a case of newborn Huggies, and you know how they come in 2 big packages of Pampers. I was on the last package of newborn Pampers, and I love Huggies too because they fit, even though it's newborn, they go up to 10 pounds. And so she could still fit newborns very comfortably, and it's not tight. You know, she doesn't leak at all. And so I don't mind keeping her in newborns until she reaches 10 pounds. Or not even until that, because her weight is not, her body is like small. So even though she may be a certain weight, she can still fit, you know, the Pampers very, very well. And with Huggies, now Huggies has this elastic in the back, which actually like makes the diaper fit better. It's like those granny pants with the the elastic in the pants, you know, and that's how it is. And so so her Pampers are gonna, you know, fit a lot longer. Now Pampers, the brand Pampers, they don't have that. So if she finishes this this batch of Pampers and the other case of newborns don't fit her as well, I'm just gonna go ahead and start her on size 1, because I literally have an entire box. I have two small packs of Pampers, a case, one big case, huge case of Loves that my dad got, and I have this huge tall box full of size. I have so much size 1, like it's ridiculous. So she's gonna be in size 1 for a minute, you know. But that's like the diapers that I have the most of. So the only diapers that I probably have to buy are probably another case of size 2, and I'm gonna pre-buy, because it's so convenient to have Pampers on hand. Because let me tell you, you know, even though people say, oh, don't buy newborn, but when people give you so many Pampers, you use them because you change them so much. Now, if you one of those people that lets your baby sit in a diaper all day, the longest she sit in her Pampers is when she's sleeping. That's the longest. And I change her. Oh, no, ma'am. Oh, no. What is it? Here, you want more? You don't want the milk. See, this is how she does. She don't want the milk. She don't want her binky. She fighting her sleep. That's exactly what it is. She fighting her sleep. Come, boo. Come, bookie, bookie, boo. She fighting her sleep. And so that's how she is. Sometimes she's just inconsolable. I just have to rock her. But she may get put you in the crib after I finish. She don't go to sleep by the time I'm done with this video. She's just gonna be put in the crib because she's fighting her sleep now. But yeah, you use those Pampers. I know people give you a lot, and I mean, each baby is different. Vylah was a preemie, so you know she fit in her Pampers, you know, a lot longer than most kids would. But I change her so much, especially when we're out in public, because we went to an appointment yesterday and she had an explosive diarrhea twice. And I was just like, for real? I mean, and I thought I was like a straight up, I'm going to do a what's in my diaper bag video, because I thought I was like a freak, a mother freak, just overpacking freak. Like I had like several when I went to, when I hung out with my friend that day, and she looked at my diaper bag. She was like, Shantika, why do you have so much clothes? Because it's like, listen, Vylah, most of Vylah's clothes, she can't fit right now. The majority of her clothes she can't fit. So, I figure I have like 4 onesies, a couple of pants. She has, since she can't fit any of her jackets because she has jackets, she can't fit any of her jackets right now. You know, we go somewhere that's cold, you know, I want to be able to, so I have like a footed pajamas, hat, gloves, and a couple of receiving blankets. And I always carry an entire can of formula, because homegirl will suck all her bottles dry and be looking at me like, Mommy, where the food at? And I have been caught probably one time like that, where she drank all her bottles and I was like, I gotta go home because I have no more milk. Bye. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned to carry a bottle of water. I take an empty bottle of water and put her nursery water in it, or I just get like a simple regular bottle of water, ain't no big thing, room temperature naturally, and her formula, and it's cool because you can make the formula room temperature or warm, but I feel like she sleeps a lot better when her formula is nice and warm. You know, that warm milk in your belly, so yeah. And then my friend was so nice because she doesn't warm a bottle. She's just one of those people that just don't. Everything is room temperature. And so she gave me her bottle warmer. And I was like, thank you. Because what I was doing was just like, at first, I was putting hot water in a cup and letting the water heat up that way, the slow and take too long way. And in the meantime, Vylah screaming her head off. Then I said, okay, well, I'll do what everybody says don't do. But I had a plan. I put the bottle in the microwave, and you know how it comes out too damn hot. But what I did was I just topped it off. I poured, I would top it up. I poured some of the milk out ahead of time, and I would warm it up. It would be too hot, so I would put some milk, cold milk on top, and it would be just right. And so yeah, that was taking forever. But with the bottle warmer, it warms the bottle perfectly, so I don't have to do that. So I'm so grateful that she gave me that bottle warmer. Yeah. So sleepyhead. So yeah. So enough about Vylah. On to mommy. I have been doing pretty well. At my last doctor's appointment, I went to my 6-week checkup. Ugh, I was dreading that checkup, and man, I was trying to cancel that checkup because I am still sore, like, you know, because of my episiotomy. I'm still, you know, a little sore. And so I already know that they give, you know, you do a pap smear, and I was just like looking, I was dreaming about that thing that he puts up inside you to, you know, for the pap smear. And I was just not, man, I tried to call him. My appointment was on Monday, and I was trying to call him Friday, but for whatever reason they just stopped answering the phone after lunch on Friday, and so I couldn't get a hold of anybody to cancel. So I ended up going, and it was cool because I got to talk to some pregnant ladies. They were asking me questions. Like, there was a lot of girls in there that were pregnant that are like in their 9th month or whatever. And so they were asking me different things, and I was able to tell them. And I tell people the truth, honey, when they ask me questions and stuff. You know, I tell them, I said, listen, this may not be for everybody because everybody's experience is different. But my birthing experience was not a traumatic one. You know, it was just, the recovery time is tough. That's the only thing that I can say. When they turn the epidural off, whew, you come back to reality. You know, but other than that, you know, it was straight, you know. And so there was this lady in there. She had an 8-month-old, and she was just so chipper and just so happy. And she was just like, oh, honey, it gets better. After their 6 weeks, after they turn 6 weeks, it just gets better. Because her kid, apparently, she was telling somebody that her baby was sleeping through the night at 6 weeks. I don't know. But I guess that's probably why. It was sad. Yeah, you so I'm tired. I don't care how much sleep you get, honey, you still be tired because you don't sleep straight. You know, that straight 8-hour sleep. Because I did get my 4 hours, and then I got another 4 hours, and I'm still tired. I don't know why. Y'all know why. So the nurses were happy to see her. You know how you go to the doctor for so long when you're pregnant, and then when you finally have the baby, everybody wants to see. And so right now, when they did my weigh-in, I was 238. And so starting on Monday, we are going to be hardcore power walking a mile a day. But I'm going to do it early in the morning after my husband leaves for work, probably like 6:50, 7 a.m. in the morning, because that's when the sun rises up. And so because I tried walking like during the day, and you know, Florida heat is no joke, and she cries, and you know, she already has, you know, the heat bumps and baby acne and all this stuff going on with her skin. And so I don't want to bring her out in the high heat. And so I want to bring her out before the sun, you know, gets hot. And so I'm going to be doing that between 6 and 7 days a week. It's just power walking. I mean, you know, you're not really doing anything crazy, you know, to just so I can look nice. I'm not doing any hardcore working out because I didn't choose a birth control. I just told the doctor we're going to do natural family planning, and as of right now, that is the plan. We're doing the pull-out method with, you know, spermicide. We're getting the suppositories on Friday, the spermicide suppositories, and he's going to be pulling out, and that's just pretty much what our method of birth control is going to be. If I get pregnant again, whatever. It is what it is. It'll be fine. Because my husband really wants to have our kids close. Now, me, I'm not really ready for another baby right now, so I'm going to do everything in my power to not get pregnant. But if I get pregnant, it's not, big thing. I'm a married woman. I'll just deal with it. But right now, I told him officially I really don't want to get pregnant until next year, so I want her to enjoy being a baby and enjoy being with mommy, because only mommy does this. My husband, he doesn't know how to rock a baby. Like, he just sits her up and, props her up. She enjoys, being, she enjoys being rocked. Even if she don't go to sleep right away, she just enjoys being rocked to sleep. And so yeah, I said, I don't want to be on any type of birth control until after I'm done having children. When I'm done having children, I'm done. And we decided on 3, and that is it for me. 3, I can handle 3. And so whether we have 3 of the same sex or not, I'm done at 3. And I will get an IUI or something that will keep me, something with, that don't messes up your hormones or messes up, your natural body or whatever. But just something that I can guarantee that I won't get pregnant, So yeah. So we did have intercourse. We did it when I was like 4 weeks. Like, we started because my husband was being a brat about it. Like, he was whining and crying and begging and pleading. Man, oh man, that was the most painful thing. Like, it hurt so bad. I was just like, oh hell no. And then I kept like, how do people? And I was just like, but you see people with all these kids, multiple children, and you're just like, well, how can it be this painful when people have more than one kid? Like, and I just was like, this is not working. And so after my doctor's visit, the speculum, that's what it's called, and when he put that speculum in, I wanted to kick him in the forehead because that thing hurt so bad. And then after all that, then he put his fingers up there, and I'm just like, really? And so whatever he did, it kind of opened up, stretched out, or made the way a little bit easier, and so we I told my husband to give me a day to recover from the pap smear, and yeah, I told my husband to give me 1 day to, recover from that, and then it was straight. He was able to go all the way in, and, he didn't finish, inside me, which, I asked him, not to, just go do what you have to do on your own, because if I get, y'all, let me tell you something, if I get pregnant again, I'm going to be crying. But we'll definitely, you know, I just can't see myself having a 11-month-old and a newborn. Like, what? Or a 12-month-old, and a newborn, like 2 babies. Because that's what they are. They're babies. And I saw a lot of that at the doctor's office. A lot of that. I seen this lady, she had a baby that was literally just about to turn 1, like 11 and a half months. And she was like 9 months pregnant. And I'm just like, what happened? But I mean, things happen. That's how I was. Me and my brother, me and my brother are 13 months apart. So ain't nobody trying to do that. Whew, Lord. Yeah, so we're gonna try to do as much as we can to keep that from happening. But like I said, no child is a mistake. Everybody who's on this earth, God wanted you here. So if it happens, it happens. It'll just be like 2 down, 1 more to go, and that's it. And even when I do get on birth control, I'm still gonna do the pull-out method, and spermicide. I'm still gonna do the spermicide suppositories because when I'm done having children, I'm so done, because I'm gonna get my body completely and utterly back, and once I get fine, that's it. No more. And pregnancy does take a lot on you. I know I've been rambling and talking, but it was a decent experience having intercourse, like real intercourse, for the first time, and it not being excruciating. It still hurt, but it wasn't excruciating. And so he was just like, oh, you don't have to do it tomorrow. I was like, we ain't doing it tomorrow. What are you talking about? I don't have to do it tomorrow. We ain't. So I agree, we'll do it like every other day, just to keep it, because I don't want to close back up, because it's, whew. Now, I haven't seen my period yet. I don't know when I'm going to see my period, because I'm not breastfeeding, so I don't know what's up with that. My breast milk left the building, didn't tell me he or she was leaving, and I haven't seen my breast milk since. So, I don't know. I guess I just wait it out. Wait to find out if my period comes on or not. So, other than that, that's pretty much it for us. We're doing really well. I mean, just like a lot of people said that, it will get you, the postpartum depression is gone. I do have my moments of frustration, which I don't attribute to postpartum. It may be, like a snippet of postpartum, like, when you try everything in the book to soothe her and she doesn't soothe her, and then my husband takes her and she falls asleep. But it's like, really? You couldn't do that with me? Like, I've been rocking your behind for an hour and a half. I've been singing, playing with you and everything, and my husband takes you with his big rough, tough sandpaper hands, and he puts her on his shoulder, and she just like, what? And so, yeah. I mean, it's cool. But yeah, the postpartum, like that heavy depression and crying and stuff, that's done. I don't do that anymore. And so, see? Told y'all. She's fighting her sleep. And so, she's done. She's asleep. So, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. I'm sleepy. I'm rocking my own self to sleep. But I have to eat. It's like 12, 11, and I haven't eaten yet. And I want to get rid of the waffles. We're going grocery shopping today. So I got a little bit of waffles in there that need to go. So I'm going to probably eat that and go to bed. Then when I wake up again, then I'll wash her stuff. I don't know. I just be tired, y'all. But yeah, I'm trying to get her on she's on a solid routine. I didn't put her on that 4-hour routine. She put herself on that 4-hour routine. My baby, oof, go ahead, honey. And so I go back to school October the 7th. And so, I have to map out a plan. I might do the same thing, you know, take an hour off of each sleep time and knock out, you know, work, because with, you know, fully online coursework, you have 7 days to get your work in and do your projects and all your stuff in. And so my husband is really, really good. When he comes home from work and he has eaten and he's showered, he does take the baby so that I can, you know, do whatever I want to do, get some rest. If I want to sleep, I can pretty much just do whatever I want until, you know, about 10 o'clock. That's when he wants to go to sleep, because, you know, he does get up at 5:20 every morning to go to work. So, you know, and plus, you know, give him a chance to spend time with his daughter, you know. And so I do have that option. You know, he gets up at work between 5 and 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and so you know, he does have a chance to, you know, hang out with his daughter and everything, and I have a break, because you need a little bit of break. I thank God for my husband every single day, because let me tell you, it ain't no joke, you know, and I'm not ready to leave her with anybody right now. So, you know, I have to be able to, we work as a team. And so when I go back to school, you know, my husband is really adamant. He wants me to graduate, because that's, you know, I need to get my degree, you know. I'm not doing it just for me, I'm doing it for her. And so she could see that, listen, mommy, you have no excuse at 18 to go to college and do whatever you want, you know. If I could do it at 30, 33, and I'm 32 now, but I'll be almost probably 33, 34 when I graduate. If I could do it with kids or whatever, you can do it being single and free. So no excuse, you know. And I'm only getting my bachelor's degree. I have no desire to get a master's. Now I'm gonna get I'm gonna go to school for 1 more year to get certified in reading, because that pays more than a master's. So that's pretty much all I'm doing right now. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to school. I feel like I forgot everything. Like, I don't know how to write a paper. I don't know what I'm doing. So, but once I get back into the swing of things, I'll be fine. And so yeah, going back to school. And so yeah, so that's pretty much it. So that's it. If anybody knows, has any like home remedies on baby acne or heat rash, bumps and stuff, like what do you do for them? And she had a little bit of cradle cap on her eyebrows, not in her hair, thank God, because my friend, her baby had cradle cap. Oof, that looks like, you know, like forever dandruff, but she only had it on her eyebrows. And so, and that has cleared, because I've been putting the petroleum jelly and taking those things off. And so they're gone, but, you know, her skin is like super dry now that those bumps are healing. So if you have any, you know, advice about that, let me know. Now, I don't care how you feel about the sleep training or her sleeping on her belly, so you keep all that to yourself. Now, if you just feel like you want to, I mean, I read all the comments, so if you feel like you just want to tell me how much you hate the fact that I'm sleep training and I put on her belly, then you can go right ahead, because I'll read it and just delete it. You know, I ain't gonna really engage. I'm too tired to fight. I'm too tired to fight with people. That's why people say stuff in the comments that I don't like. I just delete it, because I don't want to see it. So, you know, that's it. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Let y'all know how her shots were and what shots she got, and, you know, her weight. And I'll do an update in a couple of weeks and tell you how my workout is going and if I lost any weight or not. So I will see y'all later. Say bye. So she out of there. She's going to her bed. Bye, y'all. I can't get up with my butt this week.